Hey guys, back with Tsukihime. Gotta play by myself again because Eamon wants me to see the ending and stuff. Oh, I want you to see the ending. Whatever. I wake up to the sound of Hisui's voice. Since then, after returning to the mansion, I must have made my way to my room somehow and slept. Shiki, are you not feeling well? No, I'm fine. Answering, I sit up in bed. I'm almost amazed at myself. I don't even feel like talking, but my body tries to start my day as always. Breakfast? I'll be down soon. Yes, I'll be waiting. Looking as she still wants to say something, Hisui leaves the room. Change my clothes and heads to the sitting room. Akia and Kohaku are there. Morning. Giving my usual greeting, I go to the dining room. I eat breakfast and return to the sitting room. I sit on the sofa and stare at the clock. Nissan? Do you know you have school today, right? Yeah, that's right. Guess I should go to school. Forgot. Didn't feel like doing anything, and I thought I would keep living like this empty shell. I do have my life as Tono. If I don't have anything to do, it won't hurt to go to school. Nissan? Akio looks at me uneasily. Speaking is just a pain. Without saying anything, I go to school. Time passes by uneventfully. I emptily attend my lessons. The sound of the chalk. I mindlessly write down what's written on the board onto my notes. I look out the window into the rear courtyard. Of course there's no one there. What am I doing? Just calmly attending my lessons like this? Not searching for her and just returning to my normal life? But there's no way for me to search for Arcueid. Since she left on her own, there's probably no possibility of me finding her. That's why I've really lost Arcueid. Sound comes from above my desk. That's nothing. Just gripping my mechanical pencil so hard I snapped another one. Classes end. In the commotion of the classroom, I remain seated. Tono, can you come here for a moment? My math teacher speaks up from the podium. Yes, what is it? I respond and walk towards him. Tono, hasn't your recent behavior been a little wild? I've received information that you've been going out late at night. Does it ring a bell? Yeah? These past few days I had things to do in town at night. I see. My math teacher, well, my homeroom teacher as well, looks a bit concerned, then looks a little sorry. I know you're not the kind of student to goof off at night, but there have been concerns voiced by the faculty. It appears the head of the student council would like to speak to you. Because of that, please go to the student council room after school. Just consider yourself unlucky and bear with it. Saying goodbye, he leaves the classroom. After school, I stop by the student council room, but the teacher isn't there. Now that I remember, the teacher is also an advisor to the gymnastics team. He probably won't come until practice is over. I sit in my chair and wait faithfully. I bite my lip. I know this is the time to be doing this. I know, but there's nothing I can do. Outside the window, the sunset paints the sky vermilion. I can hear the voices of club members practicing outside and the students talking while going home. Within that, this classroom is the only quiet place. This makes me angry. Why am I here? Can't do anything? I'm angry at my powerlessness. However, I have no way to solve this myself, so in the end, all I can do is accept everything I'm told emptily. What am I doing? There's no answer. Just sitting in the empty classroom listening to the sounds outside. Tick. The second hand of the clock sweeps by, telling me it's now 7 at night. No one comes by. The school closes at 6 and all the teachers leave at 6:30, so no one else remains on the school grounds. I guess I'm forgotten. I get up from my chair. After pawing matters so long, my head starts to clear a little. I was thinking all this time about what I should do, what I should prioritize. From here, I should... Okay. Let me save. Even if it's useless, I'll look for Arcueid, accept it, and go back to the mansion. This is how things are. I'll search for her myself. I'll go back to the mansion. It's not like I've given up on Arcueid, but without any leads, I don't think I could find her. Then just, instead of running around blindly, I should go back to the mansion and think calmly about what I can do. Is that all I can do? I am pained by my lack of ability to do anything, but right now it's all I can think of. Naturally, the hallway is empty. The lights are shut off, and the hallway is illuminated solely by the blue moonlight streaming in from the windows. I realize as I look up in the sky from the hallway, tonight is a full moon. I lose myself for a moment, gazing at it. The silver moon, delicate beauty like glass, feels like it will crumble if I were to reach out my hand and touch it. That moon. When I was a child, I feel like I saw it in a stupor. Throb. Ah! Suddenly, the scar on my chest begins to ache. Thump. My heart skips a beat. My blood starts to circulate wildly, and I can't control my breathing. Throb. Throat. I place my hand on my chest. My uniform is soaked in blood. My scar is opened and it is bleeding. Thump. Panting. My breathing is out of control. Chill runs through my back and my spine painfully feels like it's gonna burst open. Throb. Thump. Throb. Tap. In between my heartbeats I hear a sound. Ah, someone is coming. From the far end of the hallway walking towards me. Tap. Sounds of footsteps. Something not right. This isn't the wild beating of my heart which comes from my body sensing danger like before. A headache runs through my head. This pain, the sense that danger is directed against me. I feel that shadowy figure someone I, Tonoshiki, must not meet. Breathe harder. Not even able to breathe properly, I take off my glasses. My knife is in my pocket. The figure draws closer. The moonlight seems to suggest it's a male. The point indicating death pulsates in the center of a body like a heart. All around his body are numerous lines of death covered like wires for a machine. My breathing stops. There's something wrong with my head. I don't know this figure. Even though I don't know, I can't help but feel like it resembles someone. Tap tap. He approaches. We'll be able to see his face soon. Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who am I forgetting? Bloodshot eyes, the death all over his body. An alien stillness as if the very air around us was frozen. There's no mistaking it. He isn't human. He draws even closer. He heads straight in my direction, looking solely at me, smiling wordlessly. I ready my knife. The blade pops forth. He continues walking. There's no time to think or hesitate. Under the white moon, as if slow motion, I ready my knife. He doesn't stop. Slowly, as if time stopped only for me, he reaches out and takes my knife, holding it upside down. What? My body doesn't move. Shiki. Being able to see death isn't just your privilege. Saying that, he moves his arm. Throb. Chill runs through me again. My brain freezes. My body remembers the same pain from before. Ah, sound of slash flesh. My knife he stole is now plunged deeply in my chest. My body collapses. All my strength drains as I crumble to the floor. Fluttering, a white sheet falls. It's because I leaned on him when I fell. As I fell, my hand took the bandages wrapping his body. You see, you wish to see my face, Shiki? Saying that, he unfurls the bandages. Everything turns dark. His face before me, I knew it. It does resemble that, because his face resembles the face of the bloody child before me on that hot summer day. I fall onto the ground, the knife still embedded in my chest. Strangely, there is no blood or even pain. My body just sits colder. My consciousness strips away. My control over my body, everything starts to fade away. I did pay you back for killing me. He says this as he looks down at me. The face I see as I look up, I recognize him. Of course I recognize him. Yeah, why have I forgotten till now? When I was a kid, the other child and me Akia played with at the mansion. Always, we were together. When Akia came to play, me and him were always there to welcome her. So why have I forgotten his name until now? Shiki. That's right, Shiki. It's really been a long time. Shiki, smiles with satisfaction. Shiki. Akia. Shiki. Akia. Shiki. Those meaningless scribbles. That's ridiculous. Sorry, Shiki. You have to listen to my grudges a little longer. So I just avoided the point of death slightly. It's not fatal, so you'll probably stay conscious for a bit. Don't fade away that easy. An unpleasant laugh and the terrible uneasiness I felt when I faced an arrow. In the midst of my fading consciousness, I realized something. He is Arcueid's enemy. Well then, shall I take that knife? Someone like you who's about to disappear won't need it. He reaches for the knife stuck in my chest. He grips the handle. The moment he takes it out will be my death. But I can't do anything. I can't even move to close my eyes. Huh? He flies. Suddenly, Shiki flies back as he was struck by a car. At the same time, a black-robed figure appears. Even though this is the third floor, she crashes through the glass window. and makes a flashy appearance. KK. After falling back many meters, Shiki stands up and slowly starts staring at me lying on the floor and CL-senpai protecting me. Bitch! Interfering once and now twice! Senpai only stares back wordlessly at Shiki. He lowers himself as if to attack Senpai, and then, as if realizing something, Shiki suddenly begins to laugh. Hooah! I see, that's how it is, woman. I can't believe it, but that's how it is. Interesting. This is the first time such a thing has happened in 800 years. If that's the case, then new things truly do await me. She continues to laugh from the bottom of his heart. Senpai merely stares at the vampire in front of her. What is it? You have to come kill me, right? Or is it something else? Or is it that a cast-off shell cannot do anything on its own? Senpai doesn't respond. She looks away from the vampire and lifts me up. Oh, that imposter is more important than cutting off the cause behind you. But that's useless. He is beyond help. It's only payback for him as living as Tonoshiki until now. No matter what, there's no healing someone whose lines of death are cut. No matter what, there's no healing someone whose lines of death are cut. Even that princess had exchanged her 800 years of time in order to regenerate. Human like him can't escape death. His voice is full of mocking laughter. Senpai doesn't say anything in response. In the end, without a single word, as she holds me, she goes through the glass window and jumps outside. She seems to treat the height as if it were nothing. With a light step, she lands on the ground and runs from the school without even looking back. Through it all, I only look at the school building with empty eyes. The third-floor hallway I was in until just now. I blankly look at the vampire with long black hair as he victoriously watches us leave. Okay. Day 12. Still holding me, Senpai heads straight for my mansion. I don't know what she's planning, but this can't be good. With the knife still embedded in my chest, there's no mistake that my death is near. If Akia sees me like this, it won't just be a matter of her worrying. Damn it, I can't speak. I'm gonna tell her to cut it out, but I can only gasp for air. Please be quiet, Tono. It is okay. I'm sure your sister can help. Help? It's impossible. I'm stabbed in the chest and I can't even move. There isn't anyone who can help a person about to die like this. No, it's possible. Otherwise, it would not make any sense. Look, if your sister couldn't help you, you would have died 8 years ago. That's why I know we can still make it. Her words, they have so many U's in them, I can hardly understand. Senpai, what do you... Jeez, just be quiet already. If you speak any more, we may not even be able to help you. She gives an unbelievably serious, angry face. I feel terrible, so I close my eyes. Well, anyways, it's beginning to get hard. Staying up. So... I was always an outsider to my family. From an early age, I always thought that, from the time I was adopted from the Tono family by the Arima family. No, actually long before that, I was an outsider to my family. Never even wondered why. Before I realized it, I was alone. There were people around me acting like my parents, so I tried hard to act like their child. I think the house with the old tatami room was my first house. From there, after some incident, I was taken to a large Western-style mansion. There was a brother and a sister around my same age, and we became good friends, I think. But there was always a wall between their father and me. But still, we tried hard to be like a real family. Even if we weren't related by blood, we tried to believe we were a family. But that ended abruptly. After a large accident, I was taken to a hospital. No one came to see me and my eyes became abnormal. Until then, I was alone, and in the end, I was alone. I thought maybe I should just disappear like that, until I met that sorceress who was as beautiful as the clear blue sky overhead. Nostalgic dream. I'm alive? I speak aimlessly. I don't seem to be able to lift a finger, but at least I can speak clearly. My mind is clear enough to grasp it. This is my own room. Nissan? Are you awake? Okay, you there? Akiya standing by the bedside, apparently having taken care of me. Akiya, you... I look at Akiya not knowing what happened. She looks away uneasily. My wound, this... I can't say Shiki did it in the first place. How did she react when I arrived with this wound? I would think usually you'd send someone with a knife in their chest to the hospital. Akiya, it's okay. I heard most of the circumstances from that person. The person, you mean Senpai? Still looking down, Akiya nods. I'm more confused. What exactly did Senpai tell Akiya about most of the circumstances? This isn't good. Not knowing what Senpai told her, I can't ask her something wrong. Akiya, where's Senpai? If you mean that person, she is resting in the sitting room. Normally I would not let such a person stay in the house, but she has helped you, so I can't treat her poorly. As she speaks, her expression turns more severe. Nisan, the wound in your chest was caused by Shiki, right? Directly, Akiya cuts to the heart of the matter. Akiya, you... Didn't I say so earlier? I heard most of the circumstances from that person, although I would have understood the situation if I looked at you. My words stick in my throat. Akiya, sounds as if she knew about Shiki from the beginning. Akiya, you... About Shiki? Yes, I know. From the very beginning I was aware of everything and called you back to the mansion. I suddenly get assailed by dizziness like I just got hit in the head with a hammer. Wait a minute. What do you mean you were aware of everything? I don't honestly know what's going on. Certainly there was another kid with me and you back then, but when I asked you, you said there wasn't a third child. I'm sorry. All I have ever done is lie to you. Even about this, I knew it would turn out like this, but I lied to you all this time and deceived you. Deceived? Then there was a third kid? But why did he disappear suddenly? Yeah, I really can't remember. The third kid I always remember playing with another boy my age. Akiya would sometimes sneak away when her father wasn't looking and come play with us. But how come I don't remember? Things like why he disappeared, or how his name Shiki was the same as mine. Yeah, everything I have clearly forgotten. I don't know. The only thing I remember is that scene I saw in the courtyard. Since I came back, it's only that hot summer day which floats in the back of my mind like a daydream. Akiya's there. I'm there. And before me is the bloody corpse of another boy. Ah, yes, Shiki did say so. I paid you back for killing me, he said. So that means, that dream, I really killed him? Is that why he suddenly disappeared and I conveniently forgot about all those bad memories? Akiya, No, you're mistaken. You did not kill anyone. Tono Makihisa, our father, commanded you to think that way. My old man did? I don't understand even more. Why would my old man command me to do something like that? Akiya, you said you were aware of everything when you called me back. What do you mean? You know about 8 years ago about Shiki, about everything? Yes. I didn't want you to remember about Shiki, Nisan. If possible, I wanted you to forget about it forever. But it's all over. From the beginning, it was impossible to hide it. Saying that, she gives a self-derisive smile. She looks me in the eye and starts speaking again. Nisan, that person told you about the Tono blood being special, right? You may not believe it, but there's non-human blood in the Tono ancestry. At least that is what father told me since I was young. Of course, I did not believe it at first, but something happened to me to make me believe it. That incident was when you were killed by Shiki 8 years ago. Killed? Me by Shiki? Akiya nods wordlessly. But that's strange. That's the exact opposite. Shiki was the one lying bloody on the ground. Didn't he say, I paid you back for killing me? As the people in the Tono family grow older, the inhuman blood in us increases. This blood isn't anything good. I think the type of blood mixed with the Tono family greatly increases one's instincts and make me think it's just the blood of a beast. If you call the human part reason, the instincts of the non-human blood overpower reason. Okay, I know you can't believe it because it's so sudden, but please be quiet for now. No, I know someone exactly like that. Even now, if I could move freely and avoid Shiki, I'd fly out here and look for her. However, the end comes for members of the Tono family as they grow older. There has not been an instance of inversion as a child like Shiki did. The blood in the Tono family varies from individual to individual. There are whose appearance will not change and those whose appearance will. Shiki was a typical case of the latter. The latter, his appearance changed? Yes. I don't understand why he went crazy at such a young age, but he inverted without any warning. When that happened, he attacked you, Nisan. Shiki attacked me? Throb. The old wound in my chest aches. It happened in that courtyard. You were stabbed in the chest and were on the verge of death when Father came and stopped Shiki. To stop Shiki, who has lost his mind, you can only kill him. It's the duty of the head of the Tono household to deal with members of the family who have inverted. So, the bloody Shiki you saw was probably the result of Father dealing with him. I can't remember. There was something else. I feel like there's something more important that I can't remember. Afterwards, you were miraculously recovered. And you remember, you were taken to the hospital, and as you remember, you were taken to the hospital and told you were in a big accident. For that reason, I was unraised to be a successor of the Tono family, even though I was the second child. Once inverted, Shiki could no longer be the successor, so the only other remaining blood relative have to be chosen. I see. That's right, Arcueid had to take such a heavy burden of becoming the successor, huh? Okay, that's weird. You said it was Shiki that was inverted, right? Then, I'm not normal? I'm surprised. Nissan, you believe all this? Hey now, it's not like you lied like this. Well, I'm kinda used to this talk. More importantly, I'm asking you if this is a bit strange, Akia. I suppose you're right. But, Nissan, there's nothing wrong with the story. So can we not discuss it any further? No, Akia, sorry, but finding about Shiki is important to me. He is both my and her mutual enemy. I can't just ignore him. So I have to know the truth. I can't have any traces of doubt left. Why is he alive if the old man killed him? Why, I forgot something so important. Please, tell me, Akia. It is simple. You had a reason you could not succeed to the Tono family. You really even forgot that, didn't you, Nissan? I wish that illusion continued forever. Akia? Nissan, you are not part of the Tono family. Because of a whim of Father's, he adopted you just because you had the same name of his son, Shiki. Huh? You and I, Shiki. We were raised as true siblings. You were really good friends with Shiki, almost enough to make my childish heart feel jealous. But after what happened to Shiki, everything went wrong. Shiki was taken care of secretly, but the eldest son of the Tono household could not be killed. The Tono family is important standing in society, doesn't it? So they could not tell society that the heir to the family suddenly just disappeared. Then Father an idea. To treat Nissan, who was almost killed by Shiki, as Tono Shiki, and to let Shiki be the adopted son who died in an accident. In other words, you traded places with Shiki. The one who killed remained alive, and the one who killed died. That is your relationship with Shiki. Ha ha. Then what is this? I'm not your brother. I'm not even a member of the Tono family. Of course, not a member of the Arima family either. Then where am I from? Sorry, no one can answer that now. Nissan, the child named Shiki is gone. The child named Shiki died 8 years ago. Not in terms of living, but in terms of existence. Name, a past, a family, even memories. None of those remain anywhere. You traded places with Tono Shiki 8 years ago. Father disposed of everything. Ha. That is why you were adopted by the Arima family. To maintain appearances, the eldest son of the Tono family must still be alive. However, since you are not related by blood, you cannot be the heir. Reasoning that your body was weakened by the accident, you were given care to the Arima family. He commanded me not to let you near the mansion again. Arcueid's voice is trembling. She looks down, acting like she's resisting something. I know she must feel terribly guilty, but I don't intend to blame her. It might make me feel better that she feels that way, but there's something I still have to ask right now. No, there's still 2 things I need to clear up. Please keep talking, Arcueid. There's some things I don't get at all the way. Nissan? First, I understand I'm not a member of the Tono family, but that raises another question. You said the members of the Tono family are special, but the truth is, I also have something strange. Senpai said it was because I was a member of the Tono family, so I was convinced. But I'm not a member of the Tono family, right? Then, what does it all mean? I do not know. Certainly Father did not seem the type to just adopt someone on a whim. There may be some reason to why he adopted you, Nissan. I see. Well, it doesn't really matter to me what family I'm from. So there's no need to worry about it, Akia. And, I always thought I was just lucky to be alive. It was a really fatal wound, wasn't it? Then I'm blessed enough to being alive. Yeah, and more than that, the problem is, and second, why is Shiki alive? Glare. Unconsciously let hostility slipped in my stare as I look at her. Nissan, that's strange that he's still alive. Shiki lost to his Tono blood and did this inversion thing, didn't he? And he killed me and was struck down by the old man. Then he shouldn't be alive. There's really only one possibility. Just like I recovered, he must have recovered. Well, maybe my old man didn't kill him. After all, no matter how insane he was, it was still his son. So maybe you didn't kill him and hid him from the eyes of everyone else, just like how I was sent to the hospital. Aki doesn't answer. Seems I wasn't off the mark. I see. The old man probably intended to call him back to the mansion when Shiki regained his sanity. That isn't true? But she can't say it. She only silently looks downwards. It's okay. It isn't your fault or the old man's. Of course, it's not Shiki's either. It's really all just sort of happened. It's bad luck that some insane guy from overseas entered Shiki. He said everything went crazy, but that's all that happened. Aki doesn't respond. I'm a little tired. To be honest, I didn't want to know anything about myself. More than that, I have to find Arcueid right now. Akia, I'm a little tired. I'm gonna sleep, so you could please leave? Yes, if you say so, Nissan. Akia heads towards the door. Akia, there's still one thing left to ask, so I call after her. What is it, Nissan? Yeah, why did you call me back here? I'm not even your real brother. Please don't say such foolish things. You are my only Nissan. Now and back then, even if you forgot, from when we were little to Tono Akia, you are my only Nissan, Shiki. Door clicks shut as Akia exits my room. After she's gone, I finally realize my situation. It's just past 10. It's been 3 hours since Roa attacked me at school. Still can't move at all. I feel like my body is a remote control robot. My mind's working and I don't even feel any pain, but I can't move my arms or legs. I take a deep breath to calm down. I can't move because I'm trying to move large things like my arms or legs. First I'll start small, like the little finger on my right hand. I concentrate on trying to move it. Gah. I focus all the power in my body to line the little finger. My whole body starts to break out in a sweat. After a few minutes, I finally move my little finger. It's just my little finger, but it gets some momentum going. As if forcing my nerves to remember the sense of movement, I go from my ring finger to my palm to my elbow to my arm and to my shoulder until I increase the parts of my body being able to move. I start to pant. The more I can move, the more the pain feels me. I see. I didn't feel pain because my whole body was numb. Restoring my nerves like this means pain returns at the same time. Yeah. Sweat trickles from my forehead. Pain shoots through my body like countless blades. But if I can't move on my own, I won't be able to leave my room. Leave my room, go into town, go to school. I won't be able to find Arcueid. Gah. Resisting the urge to puke, I lift my upper body. It would take all my effort just to walk in this condition, but I don't care. In the first place, it's a miracle I'm alive after Roa stabbed me in the chest. If I wish for any more luck, karma would probably punish me. I look at the knife wound in my chest, and I don't see the point indicating death on my chest anywhere. Huh? I calm down slightly. Come to think of it, if he hit the point of death, I would have died instantly. Not even Nero's immortal, monstrous body could escape it. So there's no way someone like me could walk away from it alive. Maybe what he sees is different? As I ponder this, a light knock sounds at my door and Senpai enters the room. To Tono-kun, you're told to rest, so why are you up? She forcefully walks towards my bed. For now, I wordlessly watch her. What is it, Tono? Is there something on my face? No, you just aren't wearing your glasses. Yes, it is a pity. Yours and mine made such a good set together. She smiles like this even now. I can't help but think Senpai will always be Senpai. Even though she's wearing those priestly robes and can fight evenly with Roa, she'll always be the Senpai I know. Thanks. You saved me once again. Yes, that makes it 3 times. I won't keep lending you a hand, so please be more careful. I see. Got it. I'll be prepared. Next time, I'll be sure to get him before you get to me. After I say this, Senpai looks directly at me. Tono-kun, don't tell you have not learned from experience yet. Hey now, I'm the victim here. Why did I have to learn? He was the one who attacked me, so I can't do anything about it. That's true, but Tono, you're certainly set on finishing this. I don't respond. I don't know if I'm set on finishing this like she says. It's just, I can't sit around and do nothing right now. Senpai, I have a question if that's alright. No, but even if I said that, you wouldn't stop anyway. Alright, if that makes you calm down, it's a good price to pay. Then let's talk, shall we? Senpai sits in the chair Akia was in earlier. I thought she'd try to stop me right away, but I don't know what she's thinking. Then I'll ask. That guy before was Ro, wasn't he? Yes, that is his host this time. The same Tonoshiki who plundered your life 8 years ago. You heard about that from Akia? Yeah, I heard. Are you friends with her or something, senpai? She seems to hate you, though. Yes, I am hated. She despises my job of hunting heretics. It seems like she does not like me either. It seems to be a rather remarkable hatred. She amazingly says this all with a smile. Oh, well, that's another matter. Back to Ro, his lair is at her school. I can't say exactly, but it seems like the school building is his lair. I think he has started to move on his own because Arcueid killed all of his dead. In other words, Arcueid hasn't found him yet. So, if so, then there's still a chance of me finding her. Tono? Nothing. But why would he set up at my school? No, in the first place, he seems more like Shiki than Roa. He didn't seem like a vampire at all. Just what does it all mean? Does it mean anything other than the source of his character is Shiki? Of course he doesn't act like a vampire. Hold on, Shiki is Roa's host, right? Then his personality is Roa's, so wouldn't he start acting less like a human? No, not at all. Okay, Tono. The body Roa reincarnated into is raised as a different person with a different character. Unless he matures as a human until Roa awakens, he will not be able to use his intelligence as Roa. But after Roa awoke within him, Roa's principle swallowed that of the host. Then that guy is unmistakably Shiki, and there's none of Roa's personality at all? Yes. In a way, Roa doesn't exactly exist anymore. What does exist is a conceptualization of Roa's desire for immortality. What's troublesome is the steady accumulation of wills, of history, of magical knowledge, all parts of this malicious conceptualization. For Roa, as long as he continues his thesis on immortality, he doesn't care what else he does. Roa increases his diet, but it's really more like an instinct in species to breed children. Shiki's true desire and what Roa really wants to do are completely different from each other. What Shiki really wants to do. Yes, probably his desire to kill you is far greater than any consultation with Arcueid. What? I don't get all what she's trying to say. Why would he want to kill me? It's hard to say, but Shiki thinks you killed him. What do you mean? I'm the one who was killed. He's got it all backwards. You were alive, Tono, and Shiki was killed. In the end, you became Tono Shiki, did you not? After Shiki received judgment from the Tono family, he had a miraculous recovery just like yours. However, he didn't have his house returned to, because the Tono Shiki was very much alive, living with his sister Akia-san. In a way, you killed Tono Shiki. You took away his only place to return to. Being hidden away by Tono Makihisa while you lived in this place, you can only imagine how Shiki felt. To Shiki, I'm just an imposter who is using the name Tono Shiki. Yes, which is why Shiki hates you more than anything, Tono. But I didn't do so because I wanted to, but I guess Shiki doesn't care about that. To him, I'm the hated imposter who stole everything away, the man who stole his home. Without any abatement, he lived and seethed in hatred with these past 8 years. So, of course he wants to kill me, but I was the one who killed Senpai. Tono? Yeah, I had things stolen from me too. 8 years ago, I was 9 years old. Back then, the Shiki who lived up until that time disappeared without a trace. I can't recall my past too well. I don't have this urge to meet my true parents, but I can't even remember any treasured memories I may have had. Whoever Shiki have been, he is nowhere to be found. Tono, you can't fight because of hatred. As if sensing the danger in my words, Senpai warns me. I tell her not to be ridiculous as I shake my head. That's not it. I had to deal with Roa for a different reason. You don't hate him? I'd be lying if I said no, but it doesn't really matter. I just can't let him run loose by himself, because if I do that, the princess would try too hard. That's why I have to help her. I promised her I'd help to the very end. That's right. So I can't be resting here by myself. She's always going through so much pain, yet tries to act so cheerful in front of me. Just can't understand. Why do you support her so much? Arcueid is a vampire. Isn't she different from you? I don't care about that. All I know is I love her. That's enough reason for me to help her. Looking at Senpai's eyes, I speak directly. Senpai brings her hand to her mouth as if moved and blushes for some reason. I see. You're saying you will help her to the very end? Yeah, I don't have time to waste. If Roa's at my school, I have to leave right away. Otherwise, Arcueid might try and fight Roa. If that happens, her safety isn't guaranteed. And so I have to lend her a hand. I don't know how much use I can be, but it has to be better than Arcueid by herself. It is hopeless. Even if you were able to move fully, she isn't able to match Roa in her present state. Not able to match him. How do you know about that? A simple calculation. She's already suppressing the urge to drink blood, which she fell victim to before. This reduces her power so much she couldn't even stand up to a half-powered Roa. Her power is less than half of Roa's, so you can't match him even if you work together. In the first place, she is very close to death. Her power is weak, and she's using that to suppress the impulse within herself. It would be like us moving around after having our lungs smashed. What? What do you mean? Close to death? Why? Certainly she was in pain, but she didn't look close to death at all. Of course, that is all because she is resisting the urge to drink blood. It would be easier if she drank it. But I don't think she would ever do that, so long as she pursues Roa in her present state. She's racing towards death. That's just ridiculous. I stand up from my bed. I fall to the floor instantly, without even catching myself, like a piece of trash hitting the carpet. Ah! How weak. Arcueid is such in a desperate situation, but I'm so weak I can't even walk. Please don't force yourself, Tono. Even though you're not wounded, your energy is practically all gone. It's probably Roa's host Shiki's ability. Just being stabbed by a knife shaved some of your life away. My life? Think of it as your energy which allows you to live. It is infinite, but exhaustible. It is produced as long as one lives, but the amount able to be stored varies from individual to individual. So the amount of life that can be taken away from a body is limited. Before you use up all the energy we have accumulated, we draw more from this unlimited source. So if there was a way to steal all the accumulated energy in a single instant, the person wouldn't even have the minimal energy needed to draw in more energy from this unlimited source, and all life activity would cease. Life, which uses life. Then, things use it to live? That's true, you can't exactly call it death. It's more like a car that has no gasoline and can't run. Saying that, she helps me stand up and moves as if to tuck me into bed. Enough, I'm not gonna lie down. What are you saying when you can't even stand by yourself? If you don't want to lie down, then please stay like that. She pushes me down and forcefully sit on the bed. Just sitting up like this leaves me out of breath. Shit. In this state, I can't make it to school. Even if I was able to see Arcueid, it'll just be a burden on her like this. You don't have to fight anymore, Tono. It'll all be settled in a matter of a few days. Settled? What do you... Because I have found the reincarnation of Roa, the Vatican. Our headquarters has approved my request. Within 7 days, the burial agency, under direct control of His Holiness the Pope, will arrive and put an end to Roa. In the end, it will just mean another continuation of the cycle, but in instance of Roa will be dealt with. 7 days. 7 days? No, I can't wait that long. Even now, Arcueid might be trying to sell things with Roa. Then it'll all be meaningless? I force strength back into my legs. Deceiving myself into ignoring my ragged breathing, I stand up from my bed. Senpai, my knife, where is it? But do you think I will give it to you, Tono? No, but you shouldn't keep other people's things. Isn't it common courtesy to hand back drop things to their owners? After saying I'm right, Senpai rustles through her pockets and brings forth my knife. Because this dagger is yours, I will return it. But you really intend on going back to the school, Tono? Yeah. Before Arcueid finds Roa, I have to kill him. If Shiki's objective is to get me, I can't accept a fight to the death anyway. So in order to protect Arcueid, I'll go kill Roa myself. In your condition? I just don't understand. Please tell me why you're so into her. If you tell me, I won't stop you. Senpai asked me the same thing as before. Her look is calm and sincere. She really does want to know. Why I want to help her. Because I like her? Or being with her is fun? Yeah, those are really important too, but it's deeper than that. There's something I can't let go. Because she's by herself, I can't leave her alone. I think that's why. That's a lie. You can't risk your life because of that. Please answer seriously, Tono. I can't understand that kind of reason. No, it really is my reason. Until now she's been alone. She never even knew what it was like to have fun. Almost foolishly isolated. Isn't it too lonely? I won't allow such a meaningless life. So I just want her to know that there's so many things to do in this world, and although most of it is useless and meaningless, knowing those is part of the fun of being alive. Such things even a child knows. I just wanted to tell her. Even though she smiles like she's enjoying herself immensely, I wanted to show her that anyone can have that. I just want to show her over and over this world has more, even more enjoyable things, enough to make any hardship seem like nothing. To be able to feel all the normal things is something normal, I want to make her happy. So she can truly smile all the time, because I like Arcueid's smile. Isn't that right? As much as she hasn't been safe until now, I want to make her so many more times happier. I have to at least balance it out. In the first place, it's so simple to end her solitude. Yeah, it is very simple. Just speak with someone and do what you want to do. And I know anyone can do it. Someone else can make her happy. So certainly, with my body in this pitiful state, there's no need for me to act this desperately. Someone else could just make her not solitary. I know that. I know, but it's not all logic. But I can't. I can't let someone else do it, and I can't part with her like this. For me, there's no one else beside her. Because Arcueid is the only one in this world I want to make happy. I love Arcueid. I love her as a man, I love everything is about her. But more than that, I want to make her happy with my own hands. For that, it doesn't matter what happens to my life. I don't want her to die like this. Right now, that's all there is, Senpai. Yeah, that's all. She's more precious to me than my own life is right now. Please don't say such stupid things. No one can do that. Seems like you're the only one in this world who even can say that. Senpai shrugs her arms as if for a big sigh. Senpai. When is this gonna end? Senpai shrugs her arms after a big sigh. Senpai, it makes me a little angry. She's happy enough already. As if giving up something, Senpai speaks with gentle voice. And then I hear the rustle of tree branches from outside the window. Oh, you don't need to surprise. She was just leaving. I felt something out of place before, so I guess it was that after all. Senpai casts a glance out the window. It isn't like her to put a higher priority on you than Roa. Well, if she gave more priority to Roa after such a speech, she deserved some divine punishment. And that means Arcueid was outside my window until just now? Why would Arcueid come to my room, Senpai? She came to check up on you because she was worried after Roa attacked you. She must have heard what we were talking about and left for Roa. In other words, she went to settle things with Roa? What? She went? Why? Of course. After hearing something like that, even I would have done the same thing. Yeah, I'm envious, but I pity her just as much. But how come? You want to help her, but she doesn't want you to get involved. So there's only one answer, right? Senpai asked Combs if she knew this would happen. So now you can give up, right? No matter how hard you try, you can't catch up to her. So leave the rest to me and rest like hell. I wildly grabbed onto Senpai's collar. Just that makes me dizzy, but I don't care. You asked me knowing this would happen? No, I didn't know you saw her that way. Certainly this was a mistake on my part. But her expression doesn't change. She looks down at me gently as I clutch her collar. Doing this accomplishes nothing. Arcueid is already gone. What I should be doing isn't blaming Senpai. I'm going after her. Take me there. Do you think I'll follow an order from a person in your condition? Yeah, of course I don't think so. If you don't listen to me, I'll... What the fuck? Tono? What the What? Bro. Her expression collapses. She casts a look as if staring directly into my heart. But now I can't back down. And then... Oh my god. Your proposition is intriguing, but I'll pass. It was my mistake and I've gone this far already. I'll stay with you till the last stop. She pulls back from my hands and steps over next to me. I'll take you there, so please be quiet. I don't have time to be surprised. Giving a slight heave, she picks me up. If Akiya-san sees us, she will try to stop us, so shall we use the same method as she did? A light footstep, and we fly out the window as Senpai holds me. We arrive at school. Even though she was carrying me, Senpai isn't out of breath, and she ran as swiftly as if she was sprinting by herself. Tono, can you walk? Barely. We're going to kill Roa, so we can't go in like this. That's true. Then please walk on your own from here. Senpai lowers me to the ground. The school is eerily quiet. Once we go inside, all that's left is a fight to the death. I take off my glasses after a deep breath. My head starts to pound. In addition to not being able to move myself fully, I feel really sick. This isn't good. Senpai looks at the night sky with a serious expression. A full moon. The radiant moonlight illuminates the school grounds. What isn't good? Yes, the true ancestors are said to be originally from the moon, so they gain much strength from the moon. This is the same for Roa, as a dead apostle under the true ancestors. So he's practically immortal tonight. With my current equipment, I may not be able to fully kill him. She grits her teeth. Practically immortal? But that doesn't mean a thing to me. If I can get close, even in the next instant, I'll be stabbed in the chest once more. If I can get close, I can pierce his death. It's very bright tonight. It will be difficult to conceal ourselves in darkness. I'm rather fond of moonlight nights, but it's a little different tonight. Senpai sighs. It's pale shining moonlight in the frigid night air. I can even see the lines of death growing. Okay, anyways. Pale shining moonlight in the frigid night air. I can even see the lines of death growing. Really? I don't like moonlight nights. Tono? Creak. My brain creaks. Rather than in sunshine, I can unpleasantly see everything clearly in the weak moonlight. I like the strong sunshine that graces everything, or real darkness. Creak. Not pain, but my actually does start creaking. Man, it seems like I'll go especially crazy tonight. Everything seems to die easily. It's like in the deserts of the moon. But with this, there's no way I'll miss Rose's death either. I put my glasses back on. Gripping my knife, I walk towards the school building. I pass through the front entrance. Even walking normally is difficult. The distance to the school building seems incredibly long. Tono, we'll split up here. Senpai says this suddenly. From here on, please go ahead by yourself. I'll be doing something else. Something else? Senpai, you're going to do something? Now look, even my goal is to deal with Roa. It seems as Roa is stronger than his previous host, so I can't face him directly. When you and Arcueid are killed by Roa, I will use that opening to dispose of him. She says this directly with a serious expression. You really seem serious, Senpai. Yes, that was the last time I'm letting personal circumstance enter my work. You're fighting for her, aren't you, Tono? Like that, I also have my reasons. So from now on, I cannot help you. Oh yeah, thanks, Senpai. Since this might be goodbye, let me say I liked you, Senpai. It was fun spending time with you and Arihiko talking about stupid things. Yes, it was like a dream for me, too. Senpai disappears towards the building like a black shadow. Well, time to go? I push my body, which hurts every time I move, and I run to the school building. Oh, the school building is full of cracks, as if a small typhoon was let loose inside and they shift higher and higher. It seems the fight between Arcueid and Roa already began. Upstairs? I spit this out as I dash up the stairs. I gasp for air. I make it to the 4th floor. The cracks running through the walls continue down the hallway and to the passageway which connects the two buildings. Damn it! Somehow managed to move my wavering legs and run towards the connecting passageway. I pass through the hallway and reach its intersection with that passageway. That's the last stop. In the middle of the passageway, two figures are glaring at each other from a distance. Shiki stands at the end of the passageway, racing to the nearby building wide open. And in the very center, Arcueid is kneeling on the floor, breathing hard. Arcueid! I start to dash towards her, but before then, Arcueid, still kneeling, looks up at me intensely. I can't move? The instant her eyes fix on me, my body, as if it became stone, doesn't move at all. How awful, binding your friend with your mystic eyes like that. It would have been okay for you to let him die with you. Shiki, no, Roa, laughs amusedly. Mystic eyes, why? Why is Arcueid using this on me? Finally, even though I finally made it here on time, why? Why, Arcueid? Arcueid looks away from me and directs her gaze at Roa. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything to me. She only glares at the enemy in front of her as she breathes painfully. Why? I can't even shout out. Not because of her mystic eyes, but I finally made it here. Cursing my ineffectiveness, my body, which I forced for so long, starts to lose its heat. Roa laughs loudly as he watches the two of us. I see. You are finally prepared, princess? Roa leisurely walks over to Arcueid. Arcueid remains kneeled, unmoving. My, you're pretty good, Shiki. Seems the princess here is going to fight me to save you. If I were the former princess, you would be terrifying, but now you're just a regular vampire. You don't even have the power of a true ancestor anymore. Geez, it would have been better if you only felt your desires. Quiet! Arcueid's voice echoed through the hallway. What is this? It's not a hallucination. Everything around Arcueid starts to waver. What? Roa stops walking forward. Marble phantasm? You can still use that? As to be expected from the royalty of true ancestors, Roa retreats fearfully. However, you cannot win against me, because I have something you lack. Arcueid stops breathing, as if seizing all movement in order to gather up all her strength. You know, don't you? Right, it is the experience of death. I know what death is, but you do not. That is our difference. Well, as long as something is alive, it cannot experience death. The only one who knows is probably only an infinite reincarnator like me. The wavering of everything around Arcueid grows stronger. Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. This does not change for transcendent races like the true ancestors. No matter how much of this occult you study, no matter how long lived you are, you cannot experience death. You all gain so much power by resisting death, but at the same time it is a source of your weakness. You run away from death, whereas I accept it. That is the difference in nature between you two, between your Arcueid Princess and I, Michael Roa of Valdenjong. Even though I live as a human in this age, an out-of-place ghost like yourself has no right to judge me. Crack. The glass along the passageway starts to break. I know. About death. About the darkness. The nothingness which I have journeyed through so many times. To me, death is little more than a common ritual. Let's say you destroyed this body right here. I'll still remain in this world. Why don't you understand? It's useless to fight me. Rose spreads his arms higher. Arcueid doesn't answer. Alright. If you still insist on challenging me, I will not stop you. Your resistance will be rewarded. Ro lowers his arms and crouches. Everything around Arcueid seems to be on the verge of bursting apart. I can't speak. This isn't good. My brain screams to me. I shouldn't let this happen. I don't know why, I don't even have proof. Just I, someone who has seen lots of death, can tell. Ro and Arcueid, which one of them is closer to death? Stop. I can't speak. I can't. Crack. The sound of the air ripping itself apart. The warping of Arcueid's surroundings propagates along the entire passageway. The entire hallway pulses. The glass windows, the walls, the hallway, the whole building. They become roiling waves as if they were shredded with tens, hundreds, thousands, no, a countless number of blades. In a single instant, Ro's body disappears, distorted, sliced, and compressed. All that remains are his ankles. The sliding of the hallway ceases. Maybe it only lasted a moment. The passageway is like it was before. Only all that's left are Ro's ankles. But it didn't end there. The ankles start to move. They start to run towards Arcueid. As they do, with each step, a leg, his hips, his other leg, his torso, his arms sprout to life. Arcueid is still kneeling, not moving. Directly in front of her, Ro's neck and head can't come back into beating. I couldn't warn her in time. The completely regenerated Ro slices through her stomach, like cutting cleanly through the line with no slicing of flesh, no flowing of blood. That was close. I knew it was correct to choose right tonight. If the moon was waning even the slightest bit, I could not have regenerated from just an ankle. And Princess, you cannot regenerate from that wound. My claws have the same ability as that man over there. Thud. Arcueid collapses to the floor. This is the power I got from experiencing death. Ironically, I did not know how to use this myself, but he taught me. For someone who has seen death, perceiving its form was not difficult. Ro boasts as he kicks Arcueid. Her body tumbles towards me. Arcueid! I can move again. It's because the power behind her mystic eyes has vanished. It means her power is no longer working. Damn! Shaking the thought from my mind, I hold her close. Chill runs through me the instant I hold her. Her body is terribly cold. The only heat left within her is like a candle about to go out. Ro still stands before us. But I don't care about that. Right now, I just want to help Arcueid. Arcueid! I call out to her. Her closed eyes open energetically as if waking from a dream. That was very lame, wasn't it? With patchwork brightness, Arcueid puts forth a strange smile. What kind of stupid things are you saying? I can't speak clearly. I wanted to say something better, but my brain doesn't work. I can't be calm now. As I hold her, the lack of lingering warmth in my body tells me it's hopeless. I took my glasses. There's no doubt I would see something even more hopeless. More than anything else, I don't want to see that. Why? It's all I can manage to say. Exasperated at myself, I hold her tightly. There's no embrace in response. She doesn't have any strength left in her. All she does is smile happily. No, this can't be happening. Why did you do it all by yourself? We're partners. We said we'd help each other to the very end. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I kind of forgot. How can you forget? This makes me useless. I thought I would help you. I said I would definitely help you, but I couldn't even help one bit. No, that's not at all, Shiki. You helped me more than enough. That's why it's enough already. She coughs up blood and smiles painfully. So I wanted to thank you. In the end, I'm glad I was able to protect you from Roa. I gasp. Arcueid's glazed over eyes don't see anything. Not her wound or even Roa who still lives. Her time. Since attacking a while ago, end it right then. Ah, yeah. Thanks. Thanks. I can't. I can't even lie properly. The light in her eyes is fading. Her body worth is rapidly approaching 0. I'm going to lose. Am I going to lose her like this? Arcueid. Yeah? Drink my blood. If you do that, you'll get your power back. Not even thinking, I scream that out. She doesn't answer, but slightly she shakes her head. Why? Don't tell me you're still scared. Look, you said it before, right? You asked what if birds or fish had the same amount of intelligence. Could I eat them? I would. If it meant I would live, I would. Isn't stealing things from others to live a natural law of the world? That's what she said to herself back then. So why? Why does she just shake her head with those pitiful eyes? I don't like talking about what ifs, a denial. But that was my line back then. But she said before, she likes playing what if, because it feels like there's hope. Really? I like what ifs. Even if it is sugarcoating things, I feel there's always some hope. Isn't there? But I can't finish. My throat is just so tight, I can't speak properly. That's true, but right now there's something else I want more. With a wavering voice, I ask her what it is. Yeah, I want you to... Okay. What? Such a simple thing? Is that alright? Press my lips to hers. Isn't it sweet like before, or gentle? Just a kiss where I press my lips against her cold lips without any warmth. After that, she smiles as if extremely happy. Always wanted to do something like that. Oh, you really like strange things. Yes, but I'm still happy. Just that felt good. I've lived for so long, but I've never been this happy like I am now. So, I kind of thought to myself, maybe disappearing like this might be good. After murmuring such a thing, all warmth disappears from her body. Arcueid? There's no response. Even though her body's still there, even though her body's still soft, even though I still remember the sound of her voice in my ears. Never again. None of this will ever happen again. What I've been doing. I want to make her happy. I wanted to teach her so many things. I wanted to take her to so many places. I wanted to be with her forever. But it can never happen. She's done it. No matter how you look at it, there's nothing more. Suddenly, before I could say the right thing, she went off and passed away by herself. For my entire life, I won't be able to forget this death, this maddening calmness. I'll never forget it. Tap. You're the footstep of the man who was watching it all. Finished, Shiki? Yeah, it's finished. Answering, I turned toward my enemy. We face each other in the moonlight hallway. Ro doesn't move from the spot where Arcueid was before. He was watching everything silently, probably because he knew he was in a dominant position. I didn't think you were still alive. Ro says as casually if nothing has happened. Take off my glasses and ready my knife. Seems those who can see death are good at escaping death. It isn't a matter of the strength or weakness of your life. However, normally people call that useless effort. You're the one to talk. You and I, we've already died once. Exactly, Ro says as he smiled. Those returning from the dead can understand death. You and I are special cases of that kind. I've experienced death 17 times before I got to this. You've only done it once. Honestly, it must be the difference in our latent ability. I'm really curious what kind of ability it would have been if I had reincarnated in your body. Bothersome? Oh, the really overly composed voice. Just hearing it makes my head hurt. I have 2 things to ask you and 1 thing to tell you. I managed to say this, but my head fills with pain. Oh, alright, go ahead. Probably because he's so absolutely confident in his dominating position, Ro responds immediately. The first question is the most important. Why did you kill Arcueid? Why? She was trying to kill me, so wasn't it natural to kill her back? Well, the one I desired wasn't this weak presence who came here. My current self could have taken apart the princess while she lived, but there's no point in taking in a true ancestor no different from a regular vampire. So I figured there's no value in taking her in and decided to settle it. Even I'm disappointed with the way things have turned out. Cuckoo. Twisting his lips, the enemy laughs. My head hurts. Hurry, I have to kill him as fast as possible. I can't stand him existing a single second longer. Well, what do you plan on doing now? Don't tell me you can fight me in your condition. Resisting is useless, Shiki. I know that more than anyone else. Dizziness caused me to collapse on my knees. But still, even if I don't have any power left to even stand, I gaze at him. Enough. Even if you see my death, you can't touch me. It's meaningless. You know, Shiki, I'm rating your ability rather highly. Yes, it seems Shiki's personality is fading away. Since he has avenged you, I'm more Roa than Shiki now. Well, it doesn't really matter. Roa takes another step forward. Isn't this powerful wonderful, Shiki? You should be happy. We're probably the only ones who possess the mystic eyes of death perception in the entire world. It would be a shame to lose such a rare ability, and more than anything else, we're the same as entity. We can understand each other more than anyone else. There's no other partner who assure me as you. You're trying to tell me to be your partner? No, not asking, I'm letting. I don't care about what you want. That would only get in the way. You can relax. After I drink your blood and plunder your soul, I'll make you into an existence where you won't hesitate to use your power. The gritting of my teeth. I see. Then the next question. What you see, are they lines or points? No, I'll make it simpler. You can only see it on living things, right? You can't possibly see it on anything else. Of course, non-living things don't have any life. Only living things have this place indicating the source of life. I thought so. Understand completely, vampire. I grip my knife. The head completely governs inside my brain, and all I can see is one thing. You're not being clear, and those aren't really fitting final words, but enough talk. There's also the hiding woman from the church I have to deal with. You're lucky, Shiki. Once I make you my subordinate, your first opponent will be that woman you trust. Ro approaches. My wavering vision isn't fixated on his figure. What you and I see are totally different, Shiki. In the back of my head, a switch turns on. All you're seeing is life. You don't understand death at all. That's why you can't kill me, and you're only able to kill a weakened woman. My brain reaches the white heat. What? If you could see death, you couldn't maintain your sanity. All you can perceive is the part which keeps things alive. If you could see death, you can even imagine to stand. To give an example, it is the world on the moon. Everything is like a desolate wasteland. The seam of death I see on everything else. Then to the world which disappear when I touch them. Being able to see the death of things means you are forced to see the world's uncertainty and fragility. The ground is like it's not there, and the sky seems about to fall at any moment. What are you talking about? Roa's voice falters. Of course, because he can't even understand the slightest bit of what I'm saying. In other words, his eyes and mine may be similar, but they're completely different things. Stop it. Those eyes. Don't look at me with those eyes. Fear mixes into Roa's voice. He even said it himself. Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. You don't know the illusion that the whole world could perish in an instant. That is what it means to see death. These eyes, this power isn't something you can boast about like you did. Yeah, back then I was scared of even walking. Even I would. If I haven't met that person, I would long have been since insane. It's your mistake, vampire. Life and death may be back to back, but they will never face each other. I'm telling you, don't look at me with those eyes. Sound of her running footsteps. But I'm many times faster. I'll show you. This is what it means to kill something. Saying that, I thrust through the hallway's point on the floor. Instantaneously, the lines racing through the passageway undulate. What? Even the sound of Ro's screaming voice is buried amidst the crashing rubble. The passageway is literally killed. The blocks which lost their meaning break apart and crumble away. For Roa, it must have been a total surprise attack. Pulled down by the destruction of the hallway and collapsing rubble, Roa falls to the earth. In front of my very eyes, the passageway crumbles away. Enduring the pain in my head and the burning in my body, I head to the stairs. I head past Arcueid's corpse and hurry to the courtyard. Under the moonlight, the courtyard under the passageway has become a sea of rubble. In its center, something moves. He really is sly when dealing with death. I pull my almost collapsing body towards it. He's really something. The lower half of Roa's body is almost completely gone, yet coming out from underneath the rubble, the upper half of his body still moves, ignoring that fact. The amount of life may almost be something worthy of respect. What was that? Quivering Roa wonders aloud. Walking on top of the rubble, I move directly in front of him. Shiki. Roa lifts his head to look at me. His eyes seem to practically ooze with hatred. You monster. His voice equally full of indignant hatred. Who is? Replying, I stand in front of him. Roa's death is just a little right of his heart. I lightly thrust my knife forward, sensation like piercing paper. That feeling is indeed death. Roa gives me a small scream. He's someone who has experienced death. He should know this feeling really well. You're not scared, are you? It's a path you're quite familiar with. If there's a difference, it's only one thing. This time, you can't come back. I pull out my knife and turn away from Roa. Ro isn't dead yet. Like Arcueid, someone as long-lived as him will just linger a little longer. I breathe weakly. My mind wavers. If my body is at its limits, then my head is past its limits. Arcueid said even said back then, I shouldn't force myself to look at the death of non-living things. If I do it too much, the blood vessels in my brain will burn away. I don't care about that. It would have been alright. Even if I turned myself into a vegetable, it would have been worth it to stop Roa sooner. That way, you wouldn't have to have... I collapse. I fall on the ground. My ankles are in pain. I turn around and see the upper half of Roa's body, which crawled as for. You... With bloodshot eyes, he makes his way onto my collapsed body. Fading, disappearing. I am His bloody arms wrap around my neck. Why, disappear? How did you kill me? Opening his saw-like mouth, he moves to bite my neck. I won't disappear, and you and I are connected, you see. You transfer my existence. Links cannot be cut. His teeth dig into my neck. He vanishes. Ro's body falls apart in a single instant. Yes, what this means I'm the one who killed him. Senpai says this, sword in hand and breathing happily. Huh? I don't quite understand. I'm saying I'm the one who killed Roa. No matter who your opponent is, you should not kill humans. You're not someone who could come to my world, so I'm the one who killed him. So Senpai says this hollowly as she places her hands on her hips. Senpai, that's just sugarcoating it. Maybe it is, but it's a kind lie, so isn't it okay? Even his hypocrisy doesn't allow room for hope somehow. Those words are similar. When I told her not to talk about what-ifs, she answered with something like that. Yeah, it's right. Somehow, somewhere, if there's hope, then how happy can that be? But that really isn't important, is it? Are you okay, Tono? Were you bitten? Senpai rushes quickly to care for me. My consciousness fades away. I don't want to move anymore, and my brain wants to rest. Shiki, hey! Farther and farther away. Eyes still open, with the glass-like moon overhead, my consciousness completely ceases. As it happens, I think to myself how it just seems like a television being switched off. And now we're to the epilogue. Why did it take so long to, load? Tsukihime, an epilogue. Shiki-sama, it's morning. Please wake up. I hear a familiar voice. Shiki, please wake up. If you are late like yesterday, you will break your promise with Akiya. A voice partly tense, partly relaxed. Shiki, is it okay? Akiya-sama will end up scolding you again. No, it is not okay at all. I'm up, so hold on. Still under sheets, I respond as slowly as I open my eyes. Good morning, Shiki. Morning. I give sleepy greeting in response and put on my glasses. It's past 7 in the morning. Izui came at her usual time and managed to wake me. I will prepare your breakfast. After changing, please head towards the dining room. Izui disappears from the room after a bow. I give a big yawn. After a nice stretch, I get up from bed. I change in my school uniform and cast a glance at my desk. On top is a knife I will not ever use again. The curtains sway in the wind. Hisui must have opened the window. The sky is refreshingly clear. It's just a little cold, though. I approach the window to close it. As it turned out, I ended up waking in my own room. It seems Senpai carried me here. Fortunately, Aki and the others didn't know I left. It's been 1 week since that night. Tonoshiki's life hasn't changed a bit from what it was before. My relationship with Aki is a bit uneasy at times, but of course we're brother and sister. Except for that passageway being repaired, the school has not changed at all. No, it did change. At school, there's no senpai called Sia anywhere, nor does anyone remember her. An instance of serial murders haven't occurred since then. Since there's been no official arrest, the city streets are still relatively empty at night, but will probably return to normal in a month. As for me, I carry an unfillable void in my heart, but I continue on as I did before. Or rather, I can bear it all. At times I get overwhelmed when I'm assailed by memories, but I don't think I'll go insane or anything for now. Someday. Will I go crazy after not being able to bear these memories or return to just living normally after getting used to them. Perhaps it's about a 50-50 chance. But until then, even if it is a little girlish, I keep the final promise I made with her every day. Autumn is drawing to a close, isn't it? The blue sky outside is enough to take my breath away. Taking a large, deep breath, I shut the window. Classes end and the classroom empties, but I won't leave until the sun sets completely. The red classroom. The burning sunset spreads outside the window. The sun flushes red as it sinks deep in the sky. I'll always be waiting here. I'll remember my unforgettable promise. I'll continue waiting here forever. There's still one promise I haven't been able to fulfill. When this is all over, when we're done defeating this vampire, before we part, can't we just do something like this just once more? Back then, she tilted her head to the side in confusion. So I really was wondering, what would happen if we were to meet again without any responsibilities? If we just met for no particular reason? When I said those words, I was only thinking about her. If you're too busy, then it's okay. I only thought of it as now anyway. Just not as two people cooperating, but as two friends who get along, not doing anything in particular. As if we could create some normal memories like that, I knew she would be happy. Okay, when everything's over, let's come here again, Shiki. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it will be really, really fun. After her eyes wide in surprise, she nodded. In the classroom bathed by sunset, Arcueid smiled and made that promise with me. I remember that promise. I remember that smile. And I remember everything. I can't forget. I won't forget. Always remember the promise we made in the room ablaze with the sunset to meet here again. The sun sinks further. These hours until the vermilion fades completely, the quiet time until the crimson sky disappears. This eternal, fleeting instant of a world standing still. Maybe I am already crazy. Even though I'm waiting for someone who will never come, my heart is horribly calm. Clatter. The sound of something touching a desk. I look. A window is open. I realize that, painted in red sunlight, she's standing by the window. She doesn't move at all, but she's there. She's right in front of me. She's not an illusion. But I feel like there's a distance which can never be spanned between us. I can't speak, but I feel so terribly calm now. Jeez, I was really planning on disappearing, Shiki, but you just wait forever. I couldn't just leave you alone like that, so I came here. She smiles bashfully. Well, you know, I did say I was never going to break a promise with you again. It's true. Thanks for keeping that promise. But I'm sorry. Seems that this time I'm the one who won't be able to keep it. Why? I'm surprised myself. Asked her this in a truly gentle voice without any anger at all. Yeah, I never did tell you my reason for pursuing Roa. Actually, a long time ago, I once drank human blood. At that time, the human stole some of my powers and became a incredibly strong dead apostle. In the end, he ended up killing all the other true ancestors except for me. Then that means... You mean Roa? Yes. Until that time, I never knew about the vampiric impulse. The other true ancestors also believe I did not have it. But it was too late. Until then, I didn't even know I was a vampire. So I didn't know it was something I shouldn't do. I see. Never having been taught anything extra, she wasn't even taught she was the same as those he killed. Because of just one mistake, I destroyed everyone. So I won't drink human blood again. But a true ancestor that has drank blood once cannot remain sane without doing it again. I can only be here because you completely killed Roa. Even though I annihilated him so many times, it was only his flesh and not his soul. But you killed his existence completely, Shiki. So the power he stole returned to me and I somehow managed to revive. But that's all I can do. I can no longer resist the vampiric impulse inside of me. So, that doesn't matter. Shiki, I can't see you again. Sorry for breaking our promise. It doesn't matter to me. I just want you to be my side, that's all. You can keep your promise. One sec. You can keep your promise. I'm back. Anyways. You can keep your promise. Shiki? Drink my blood. If you do, you can keep your promise. Time passes by. Neither of us says anything. And after a truly maddening silence, I see. But I can't. I don't need your blood, Shiki. Why? Is my blood not good? Do you have a reason for not drinking it? She nods. I like you, so I won't. She smiles like a flower blooming triumphantly. I suck in a large amount of air and just try to suppress this feeling. I want to stop her. 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 Even if I have to kill her, I want to stop her. But her smile is just too gorgeous. I can't selflessly bring myself to ruin it. Goodbye. I really am grateful for everything, Shiki. My throat trembles and no sound comes out. But still, I have to say goodbye. I'm a liar. Why? You kept your promise. Just a worthless liar. I said I would make you happy. Yes, I vowed to. No, not at all. I will sleep from now on, but I will always be dreaming of you. I enjoyed our time together so much, I will always be dreaming about it. I won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it will be really, really fun. So Shiki, I really am happy. You really make me happy. Damn, my throat is filled up. I don't, it's such a, you really are kind, Shiki. Yeah, I knew coming to here to say goodbye was a good thing. I love you, Shiki. Your honesty, how you always spaced out, how I'm the only one you yell at, how you always look forward to the future. I love all of you. So please keep living like that, okay? For just an instant, she smiles sadly. She waves her hand, and as if fading into the sunset itself, she disappears before my very eyes. I grit my teeth, trying to hold it in. She is smiling until the very end, so I at least don't want to cry. The classroom is empty. I see. You really did keep your promise. This classroom. Our promise to meet again in the classroom as the sun set. She definitely kept it. There's some things I lost, but it is now over. The current has fallen cleanly over the time I knew her, the time I ran through with her. Come to think of it, a farewell is always there. In our case, our farewell was only early. Thinking of it that way, this was a really satisfying farewell. She was still alive, and she told me she's still happy. No, not like this. This isn't what I wanted. Right. I wanted to be with her more. I wanted to talk with her more. I wanted to feel the warmth of her body more. I wanted to see her smile more. Always. Not like this, but always I wanted to make her happy. But smiling to the end, she left me behind, telling me to live. That stupid idiot. That was her final wish. With a smile, she told me no matter how hard it is, even if I had to deceive myself right now, until I can finally see it all as simply a memory, to keep looking forward to the future and live. There's no way I can do that. I don't have the slightest confidence to live like that. Still, so that she can see a happy dream, I have to at least grant her wish. I realize the sun is long since sank. The crimson sky is painted over in a dark blue, dark night sky. The spiral wisps of a cloud and bright white moon. They are all that's left, but an extremely beautiful memory. I exhale slowly as if praying. She may no longer be here, but I have to say what I forgot to say earlier. Goodbye. I had a lot of fun too. Those extremely weight words of farewell echo through the classroom. Only the glass-like moon hangs in the night sky. Distant blue moon looking as if it would shatter if touched. For a long time, until dawn, I keep looking out at it. The end. Damn. I liked that a lot. Very good. But, still, I gotta start sales route now. Call him up, Eamon.
Did you get to the credits?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the end.
So you finished the Arcueid rap.
Yeah.
Give me a screen. English version mirror. Damn. You actually did it, Dawson. So, what'd you think of the ending?
Sad, but I liked it.
That's the usual response. That's kind of what I expected. But yeah, I'm surprised. I thought it'd take you longer. When did you start? Like an hour ago?
Yeah, this episode was like an hour, I think.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't that bad.
Let me check my OBS. Yeah, hour 22.
Okay. So pretty average episode length.
Yeah.
I already have an idea of what CG we're gonna use for the thumbnail on this one.
The final one of Arcueid.
Yes. Yes. That one's pretty
I was
obvious.
thinking that one too.
Because it's like, I mean, well, what other one would you do? That one's just peak.
Yeah, and the name would probably just be The End.
The End, or Arcueid route finished. Yeah, next to Seattle's route. We can discuss a bit more about this route. Or actually, no. First, we gotta go through the bad endings on this route and get the good ending. But for now, for this episode, we'll just discuss the main ending and general stuff.
Yeah. Type Moon. Next episode, we're just gonna do all the bad ends and stuff.
That type of ending, yeah. That type of ending is pretty common among Type Moon.
Huh.
Bittersweet endings, where it's like kind of sad. Even though a lot of the stories have upbeat moments, they don't. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh, you have reached Arcueid's true ending. Well done. Each heroine, with one exception, has two different kinds of endings: a true ending and a good ending. After reaching one of the endings, please go back a little and re-advance the story. Different events should await you. Well then, thank you very much for playing up to this point. Let's meet again somewhere in Tsukihime. Wait, where's Network?
So, Network didn't show up that time.
Oh,
Only
man.
bad endings. But, so let me talk about that real quick. Every character has a true ending and a good ending. Kohaku just has a true ending, and Akiha has a true ending and a normal ending. Instead of a good ending, it's a normal ending.
Okay.
There's no good ending to Akiha's route.
No good ending. It's just normal.
Normal. I don't even know.
So,
it's just
Tsukihime.
sad. Tsukihime. Okay, let's discuss Dawson. What happened this episode? I wasn't here, so.
We fought that fucking vampire guy named
The same
Shiki.
name. Shiki! Who's actually your brother.
Yeah, how would I pronounce
Well, okay, here's
it
the thing of why it's that, okay? So, this game was originally in Japanese. You know that, right?
Right.
You're reading a translation right now, a fan-made translation, right?
Right.
In the original game, the two different because of how kanji works, Shiki and Shiki are spelled differently.
Oh.
But they're said the same. Like when you speak them, they come out as the same noises, right?
Yeah.
But they're written completely differently. It's like, what would be C and C, right?
Yeah.
That's a good English example, right? One's S-E-E, the other's S-E-A. They sound the same, but they're different.
Yeah.
That's this situation here. And it works since there's no voice acting you have to worry about, and it's a visual novel, right?
Yeah.
It's confusing when it's in English, so the fan translators just made Roa have caps his name be Caps Shiki. Shiki in all caps. So that's what that is. The best thing I can recommend is calling him Roa Shiki or just saying Shiki!
The way I pronounced it was just a little louder.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Or,
Shiki.
Like that, yeah.
Just faster. Shiki. Like that, yeah.
Shiki.
That completely works. Also, if you go to the endings tab down at the bottom, Dawson.
Oh.
Get a little ending thing.
Oh my god.
That's your bad ending, and that's the true ending. I think you got.
Look how many, like...
Faye has more.
Dude. That's how many bad ends there are?
Well, no, because some of those Arcueid only has like 10 bad ends or something. I think she has the most actually.
Oh.
But
Oh, those are just my current bad ends that I've had.
Yeah, that's one, and then the second one is your true ending, because the actual endings also go in the CL Senseis. What you just got, that scene after the credits with
Yeah.
CL Sensei. You get those every time you get a CL Sensei, and that also counts for mainline endings, not just bad ends.
And then
But
this one would be the bad end that I got when at the hotel.
yes,
Well, that's Tsukihime. Arcueid's route.
Arcueid route. Yeah.
After what? 10 episodes?
This would be the 11th.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
anyways,
11th episode,
I
and then
guess I'm gonna
12th for
start.
bad end.
I guess I'm gonna stop the recording now. See you later,
Yeah.
guys.
See ya.